can you give us some context here so that we can understand the numbers? How many people in the conflict zone are currently at risk when it does come to starvation?
Thanks for having me on, Tyler. So in Gaza, there are 2.1 million people, and that entire population is classified as what we call acute food insecurity. That means that everyone in Gaza struggles to find food to feed themselves and their family on a daily basis. Now, of the 2.1, 1 million people are at a higher level of food insecurity, and 500,000 of them are classed at the very highest level on the international scale, which is famine-like conditions. Really important to remember, these numbers are a lagging indicator. So they indicate these conditions on the ground at the time the data was collected. The situation on the ground is getting worse day by day. And to put a human face on it, a context to it, the pictures you've shown, the apocalyptic scenarios on the ground, really translate into children, elderly people, even healthy adults who just don't have enough to eat and who are succumbing to acute malnutrition and starvation with deathly effects. And that's going to only continue without rapid and scaled up humanitarian intervention on a level that we haven't seen yet in this war.
Well, Ciarán, we've been talking about this for years, including Joe Biden's efforts to go around the Israelis, our own allies here, by building a pier that didn't turn out to be the most effective experiment. How should we understand this? Is it Israel or Hamas that is most responsible for blocking food to Gaza?
So, look, what I can say is the infrastructure to deliver aid at the volume it's needed to get to the communities who most need it where they currently are, and to deliver not just food, but specialized services, malnutrition treatment, medical treatment, and so on, and to do all of that in a way which follows the most rigorous processes for ensuring that no party to the conflict benefits from that aid. All of that exists today in the United Nations and in international humanitarian organizations like the IRC. The Israeli government is not allowing us the access and the space to be able to scale up. We have systems to make sure that our aid that we deliver, that we manage, doesn't benefit Hamas or any other party to a conflict. We'll deploy those systems in conflict zones around the world. When we see things like piers, when we see discussions of aid drops, which are in the headlines just today, these things are really distractions. They're never going to allow us to reach the people that need to be reached with the levels of aid, with the types of services they need. What we really need is access on the ground, not airdrops.
Well, Ciarán, just in our final minute here, I was going to follow up on that. What is one action that could be prioritized to help you get aid to the people that need it the most?
We have tons of supplies sitting on the Gaza border, as does every other humanitarian organization working in Gaza. Open the borders, allow our supplies in, create safe conditions on the ground for people to be able to access our services. Open the gates, let aid in. That's what's needed to save lives in Gaza. And I fear there's a terrible catastrophe looming if that doesn't happen.